2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. Then it's Jordan. And it's KD in at the four-man position. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the four with Nurkic at the five. And it's Powell in at the three spot. Now, here is Harden. From deep. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Jordan. KD's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for Brooklyn. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. And the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
Here's Brown after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Whoa!
Yikes.
And that's a rugged play. Gracious.
Well, determined that time to get to the rim, anticipating the pass, and a rim rocker.
Now, here's Nurkic. Three-pointer, Lillard. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Harris against Powell. Passes it to Harden. Back to Brown. The pass to Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Look how focused DeAndre Jordan is on those finishes through the contact.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Three-pointer, Lillard knocks down the three ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Harden. Pass to KD. To the inside, Jordan.
Well, the D cannot handle DJ right now. Gigantic guy on the inside who's going to get those calls most of the time.
This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Chalk up 2 there.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here is Harden following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Shoots over Lillard. Out to Harris. Fires for 3. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Powell. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. In transition, here come the Nets. KD, that's for 2. The step-back jumper is good. KD's got 5 points so far.
How about those long strides, Durant quick in the open court, and then right to the rim.
Cullen passes to Lillard. To the middle. Puts it up from 17. Rebound, Brooklyn.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And a deep three from Lillard. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Trailblazers. Harden scanning the floor. Pass to Durant. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. He has 7.
Well, Kevin Durant over the past couple seasons has been in the top 5 as the best mid-range shooters in the league.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. It's good.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
40 seconds left in the first quarter. Harden the pass to KD. Here's Jordan, hangs, and it's good on the layup.
Yeah, you can pretty much say that DeAndre Jordan's going to get a lot of his points right there, trolling around the rim.
McCollum against Brown. And Lillard gets it to go.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Harden outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The basket's coming early. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Kyrie Irving. Green is out there with Griffin, and it's Claxton in at the 5. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They lead by 4. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. Wouldn't matter.
Now here's Little. Dinwiddie covering. Now here's Little. Count it. Good.
A reliable finisher who can score in a multitude of ways. Cantor is a tough cover down low.
Now Irving. No points in the game yet for him. Shoots the 3, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Hollis Jefferson finds Cantor. Now Anthony. And Griffin sends it back.
Great to see Griffin going hard on the defensive end. Rejections like that are crucial to his development.
Irving from long range. Headshot off. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Little. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Irving looking for an opening. Claxton controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 5.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Down low, Griffin with the steal. Irving with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. One-on-one fast break. Anthony, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And here they go. Pull-up jumper, and he nails the jumper. Irving's got the lead up to 7 now for Brooklyn.
Nice mid-range J. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
The pass to Simons. Back to Hollis Jefferson. He feeds it to Anthony. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Little. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 5 on the clock. Here's Simons. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
In the corner, Hollis Jefferson to the paint. Here's Cantor. He kicks to Anthony, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Anthony's got his first bucket of the night.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Pass to Green. Dinwiddie outside. Right wing, inside. Shots good by Green. Green's got the lead back up to 7 now for Brooklyn.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Kicks to Little. Back to Anthony. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Little. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And no good.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Here's Irving. No good from the wing. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers with the teardrop. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets bringing the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter suit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every... Well, we know he's a magician on the court. Kenny, has there ever been anyone better?
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. But they'll get another chance. Jordan. And the shot goes in. Jordan's got 9.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
McCollum passes to Collins. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Harden outside. The 15-footer. Good. He hits the jump shot. He has 6.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a feature in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
On the wing, Harris. Durant kicks to Harden. Back to KD. Fires from deep. Let's keep it alive. Out to Harris. Fires the 3. And that one is off. Trailblazers trail by 7. Nurkic the pass to Collins. That one off the back iron and out. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. For three, Harris. Offensive rebound.
Well, rebounding is about positioning, but for KD, a lot of times it's his timing and his length. So he goes in there and uses those to great effect.
Lillard attacking, and yes, it's good.
Well, he's been carrying them all night on offense, but at some point, he's going to need some help.
Pass to Brown. Harris looking it over. And there's the pass to Jordan. Here is Harden. From deep three-point range. Tries again. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Oh, I love the attitude there of Jordan staying with the shot despite being grabbed.
He's made one and missed one so far in the game. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Lillard with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Brown. Out to Harris. Pass to KD. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Lillard against Harden. Pass to KD. A three. That shot off.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Harris finds Harden. Step back shot, and it goes down 2 points. KD's got 6 points in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Passes to Collins. They get a hand on it. Here's Durant. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, his ability to pull up off the dribble should be illegal for a near 7-footer. Durant showing exceptional body control there.
And we've reached the end of the third. Nets lead by 8. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Brooklyn leading by 8. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Griffin, also Green out there. And it's Claxton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Back to Irving, to the middle. Dinwiddie outside. 5 to shoot. Nobody near Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
Such a remarkable scorer. Kyrie has such a quick trigger that D has no chance there.
Lillard attacking. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his 3rd foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Nets shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. To the inside. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Kept alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Claxton's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Simons. Anthony trying to get open. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his first points in this one. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Claxton the pass to Irving. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Panthers got 4 rebounds now tonight. Launches the three, and that's good. Kyrie Irving for 3. And the Nets lead by 13.
I know Kyrie is one of the best finishers in the league, but trust me, he enjoys the 3 ball.
Simons the pass to Carmelo.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
That free throw good from Anthony.
Well, Melo undoubtedly still the leader of this team in terms of when they need to calm it down and they need some offense. He's the guy they're going to look to score it.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. Norman Powell comes in for Little. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Dinwiddie attacking, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Lillard scanning the floor. And it's blocked, but they recover it. McCollum dishes to Powell. Lillard way outside. On deep. At the top of the key, Powell. And here's McCollum for 3. And they get it back. Powell finds McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. 3-pointer, Lillard. That one doesn't go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Irving against Lillard. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's Griffin.
Melo using all of his length to stretch that one out there. Good job contesting that shot.
Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
Griffin passes to Claxton. Kicks it out to Lillard. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Lillard's got 21 in the game.
Lillard producing right now and finding ways to torch this defense, just filling up the stat sheet.
And a deep 3 from Irving from beyond the arc and then some.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Kanter's checked in.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Nets.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watch them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for DeAndre Jordan.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
Outside for Durant. And the Nets miss again. Feeds to Anthony. Stolen by Harden. On the wing, Harris. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. The bright lights and tall buildings of down and nothing to...
Good evening, Kevin. Well,
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. Now, here's Zubac. Stolen by McCollum, and it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Lillard surveying the D. It's McCollum on the wing. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got the first 3 points tonight for the Trailblazers. On offense, here are the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. George with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic, and George gets it to go. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Now here's Leonard. Following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Shoots over Powell. Offensive rebound. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Over Beverly. McCollum against George. McCollum passes to Lillard. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
George passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And here's George for 3. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. The rebound by Paul George.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
McCollum against Leonard. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Great D that time from Leonard.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
They get it back. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And the shot is good.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
The Clippers trail. George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. Takes a 3. Rebound by Nurkic.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
That one drops for him.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now here's Beverly, guarded closely. And the dunk by Zubac.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Here's Simons. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. The dish to Cantor. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Anthony can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Morris, no good. For Portland, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Cantor. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. Morris into the lane. Pass to Beverly. And here's Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Morris, no good. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Anthony. No good. Here's Simon. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game, we talked about that with him.
I think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, Anthony out there with Ennis Cantor. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Little, and it's Simons in at the point guard position.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Here's Simons following the score by Reggie Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Collins trying to break free.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Portland. Now here's Jackson. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by, and Jackson throws it down hard.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And here are the Clippers now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Kennard with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. And the rejection by Collins. And now here comes Collins leading the break. The shot by Powell, no good. The Clippers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And the dunk by Jackson.
Quick off his feet, the long arms, easy jam for Jackson.
For Portland, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. Now the pass to Collins. Kicks it out to Lillard. McCollum outside. Count it.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now here's Jackson. 6 points for him. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Kennard finds Batum. Over Collins. A shot by Batum, no good. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. McCollum, good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Jackson against Lillard. Passes it to Ibaka. 1:03 left to play here in the half. Here's Kennard. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's McCollum. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka dishes to Batum. Back to Ibaka. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Powell for 3, and another 3 for Portland.
Some coaches might not like taking the 3 on the fast break, but he had the open look and buried it.
Jackson looking around. And they get it. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Lillard. Here's McCollum. And the layup is good. And it's a 7-point Portland lead.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost. And when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Basket good. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They didn't get more than a 1-possession.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 guard. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
This is what Leonard gives you. Reliable, productive, churns out positive plays.
Outside Anthony, pulls up. Little, great positioning on the putback. Little's got his first 2 points.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Outside Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
One thing about Kawhi, when he's driving, he eats up real estate fast with those long strides.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's George, and he uses the glass on the layup. George has got his second bucket of the night.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Here's Simons. Pass to Little. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Stolen by Beverley. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Zubac, that's good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Powell trying to free himself up. Count it. McCollum's got 11 points.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
Beverley, the pass to George. Nurkic with the steal. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Lillard. He has 6. McCollum finds Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And the basket by McCollum. And that's 13 points for C.J. McCollum.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
George dishes to Leonard. uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 8. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage, skilled at drawing contact.
The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And Portland making a change here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Zach Collins. Little, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for C.J. McCollum. And Jackson throws it down hard.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
Lillard, right side. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Pass to Little. Just 5 to shoot.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here comes Jackson, leading the fast break. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Kanter, the pass to Lillard. There's the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 2. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Now, here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
That's his shot. Close to the basket, had the defense on his heels, kicking himself right now.
Lillard from outside. Again, the miss by Lillard. For Los Angeles, they've got nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. And stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Kanter dishes to Carmelo. Back to Kanter. Stolen away. Here's Jackson. Batum wide open. He fired. Los Angeles with another miss. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, they've got Enes Kanter, Little out there with Anthony. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in the point. Now here is Ibaka. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. And the pass to Little. Kanter kicks to Little. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson, and he's able to get it back. And it's Simons missing.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Now Kennard, outside Jackson, to the paint. Passes it to Mann. It up for Ibaka, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in, and the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul, and it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Collins comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Little. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. George with the ball. Pass to Beverly. Lillard comes with the double team and stolen by Lillard. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lillard against Leonard.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Here's George following the score by Damian Lillard. Pass to Beverly. Back to George to take the lead. They get it back. No good that time. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Now here's Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. First free throw is good.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level. Yeah, that's who you want stepping to the line when the game is close.
Here's Lillard. Left side Collins. Launches a three. And it's Lillard again missing for Los Angeles. They've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George has got the ball. Count that bucket. Morris has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
Important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Beverly against Lillard. 2 points. That one goes.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here is George. Beverly feeling it out a bit to take the lead. George, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Collins passes to Nurkic. McCollum dishes to Powell. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 to shoot. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Leonard. And no good that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Yes!
Big time basket at a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Leonard. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Count it!
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 1. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I think they've got enough time to try and get the ball inside. And unless they get a wide open look on the perimeter, that should be what the focus is. Even if you miss at the rim, you've got a good chance to maybe try and draw a foul.
Lillard, right side. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Harris in at the small forward. Now here's Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. Back to Jordan. A 3-ball. Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball. bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Took him no time at all on that one. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside, bro. We're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Durant, the pass to Jordan. Back to Durant from 17 feet out. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now, here's George. And Beverly kicks to George. Just 5 on the clock. No good with the triple. In the corner, Harden. Down low. Here's Jordan. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
And it's Leonard missing. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. It's Durant on the wing. Inside, here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
And here's George. The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Back to Harris. KD on the wing. From the line, buries the jump shot.
Well, being able to score from any place on the court makes Durant a space creator for his team. I mean, it's not just inside. It's not just threes. It's that mid-range game, too.
Now, here's Beverly. Outside, George beyond the arc. Jordan with the rebound.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Brown wide open. He fires. Hits the 3 from the wing.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 5-point game. That doesn't go either for George.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
George against Brown. And George, here we go. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen by Harden. And even 3-on-3 break. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Clippers trail by 7. Outside Jackson. And there's the pass to Ibaka. Here's Kennard. Back to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now here is Ibaka. Here's Kennard. Morris trying to free himself up. The shot's good from Kennard.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Now Harden. On the wing, Brown. 5 points in the game. And then Durant with the jam.
Very elusive in the pick and rolls is Kevin Durant. I mean, he slashes after screening, and that makes it tough to stay with him.
Right side Jackson. Here's Ibaka offline with the baseline jumper.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Nets up 7. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the open man and getting some easy baskets.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
Green is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
Here's Jackson following the bucket by the Nets. Pass to Kennard. To the paint. Here's Mann. A shot off that time. Some solid defense there from Irving. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Tell you what, this is what Irving can do now. He'll leak out and then make the right read in transition.
Ibaka outside. From deep. Not going to go that time. The Nets go the other way with it. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Jackson dishes to Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Here's Irving, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
It's Jackson with the drive. Ibaka, it's good on the putback.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Pass to Griffin. Dinwiddie outside. Irving for 3. Morris with the rebound. Clippers trail by 13. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Out to the wing. Dinwiddie right side. Clock at 6. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Passes it to Ibaka. To the middle. Dinwiddie with the steal. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Those 3-pointers off the mark. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Down by 12. To the inside. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivals. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around them. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
It's the Nets now, following the miss by Marcus Morris. 59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
Irving. Well, Irving takes advantage of any mistakes defenders make, so you've got to recognize how crafty he is.
The Nets shooting their first foul shots of the night here. A different look for the Clippers. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Now here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Clippers moving the ball around. Zubac's with it. Guarded now by Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. 41 seconds left in the first half. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. Shoots from the elbow. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
There's 18 seconds left here in the second. Here's Irving. He's got 6. The pass to Claxton. Here's Dinwiddie. Offensive rebound. And he hits the buzzer beater. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are leading by 12. And over to Shaq. What do you think about... And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverly. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And it's Brown missing. Clippers trail by 10. George looking around. He feeds it to Batum. Over Brown. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And, you know, Batum certainly has the ability to score inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And at the charity stripe a season ago, he didn't miss many. 90% on the year.
And, guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Now here's Harden. No points in the game yet for him. Takes it from 10. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
George passes to Beverly. Back to George. Jacks up a 3. Buries it from three-point range. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. No good from Durant.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Leonard. Rebounded by the Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Jordan kicks to Harden. Durant in the corner. Brown outside. Lobs it up for Jordan. Doesn't go that time.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like they're a... Oh, watch out below. Come on now. Woo. Throw it down.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me. But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself.
Well, he couldn't help himself. Couldn't resist. That really was a spectacular play.
Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Guard-like quickness of Durant makes him hard to guard. I mean, which in turn opens up passing lanes for him, too.
Clippers trail by 7. Beverly with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And taken away by Brown. Moving it up. Harden kicks to KD. Steps back and fires. That's good on the jump shot. And it's a 9-point Nets lead.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Now, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, Harden.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got his second bucket.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
And here's Harden. Brown outside. For three, Harris. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Ibaka dishes to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Pass to Claxton. To the middle. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Offensive rebound, Nets. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Griffin, and finished off by Griffin.
And one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
Kennard against Dinwiddie. Kennard, the pass to Ibaka. Outside Jackson, just 5 to shoot. Back to Kennard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Shot's good by Ibaka.
All that practice on the positioning and timing of the catch and shoot paying huge dividends for Ibaka.
On the wing, Irving.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like Pound.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nets lead by 7. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. They've got Griffin, also Green out there, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Shoots from the elbow. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Nets?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And this is where Ibaka is becoming a little more savvy. Just catches the defense off guard. All they can do at that point is foul.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock him down from the line.
Jackson against Irving. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Nets lead by 11.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Kennard for 3. That one, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Brooklyn leading by 11. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Out to the right wing. Griffin, no one around him. No good on the three. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. The shot by George, wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. They get the rebound. The kick out to Irving. To the right side. Dinwiddie finds Irving. The offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Beverly the pass to George. To the paint. Griffin with the steal. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Irving. Griffin against Morris. Dinwiddie outside. Tries from 16. A nice shot by Irving. Irving's got 8 here in the quarter.
Flashing those crazy handles. I mean, major rush hour handles. So fun watching Irving handle the ball the way he does.
George passes to Zubac. Dishes it to Morris. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Over in the corner, Green. Irving from long range. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Dinwiddie with the steal. Outside Irving. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. The shot from 20 feet away. Again, the Nets for 2.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Nets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Great open look there.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3 ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
Green kicks to Irving. From deep three-point range, and the Nets another 3.
And how about the confidence to pull up from out there, and what skill to knock it down.
Now Leonard. From deep, and another 3 for the Clippers.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And it's Irving missing. Now, here's George. From deep three-point range. The rebound by Jeff Green.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And it was maybe a step out of his range.
And so it's Brooklyn easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. But traffic in New York City making its way back in. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Filling up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Nets, we've got Jordan, Harden out there with Brown. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's KD in at the power forward. Now, here is Harden. Over in the corner, Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why that he creates so many opportunities for others.
Here's McCollum. Here's Nurkic. McCollum finds Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Offline with his 3. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Back to KD. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here's Harden. Pass to Durant. There's the dish to Jordan. And Harden wide open. He shoots. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's McCollum. And it's good off the back rim and in.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Now Harden. And here's KD for 3. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard from outside buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 5 now.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Nurkic with the steal. And And now Portland on the break. It's stolen by Brown. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Here's Harris. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 5. Pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Lillard against Harden. Durant attacking, and then Durant with the jam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Now Kevin Durant after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, the multi-time scoring champion Kevin Durant is showing you he has got as complete a game as there is in the NBA. What a pretty pass.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 7. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Little, he's checked in for Norman Powell. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for McCollum.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Now, here is Harden. Brown wide open. He fires. Hits it from three-point range.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Lillard outside. Back to Hollis Jefferson. The pass to Carmelo. Shot clock at 6. Hollis Jefferson passes to Little. Fires from deep. Jordan with the rebound. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. And a switch here also for Portland. Simons is checked in. Now, here is Irving. Nailed from three-point land.
As soon as Kyrie Irving crosses half court, you have got to guard him, and you've got to be balanced because this guy is an effective, dominant offensive presence.
Here's Simons. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Up in time, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. The offense comes. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian Lillard.
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Little. And it's Simons in at the point guard. So it's Portland now. After the basket by Brooklyn. Simons surveying the D. Kanter finds Hollis Jefferson. Kanter, high post. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. The putback. There's Hollis Jefferson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Griffin with it. Hollis Jefferson's there. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Griffin. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, Irving with it. Lets it go. Again, the Nets for 2.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Simons. Dinwiddie covering. And it's Simons missing.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. It's stolen by Anthony. Hollis Jefferson passes to Simons. This is his first free throw of the game.
In last season's numbers, show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset. Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
There's Dinwiddie. Portland making their last shot. Inside, outside for Griffin. Pocket 6. And the Nets miss again.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Irving with a clean look. No good on the triple. Portland trailing here. Outside Anthony. Dishes to Cantor. Little passes to Cantor. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And that one drops for him.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Here's Simons. And Cantor now top the key. Simons, the pass to Cantor. The shot's good. Cantor's got 4 this quarter.
Well, looking very confident, and his Cantor off the catch and shoot. That's nice.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. Dinwiddie with it. Hollis Jefferson's there. Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got 7 points.
I love that Kyrie Irving doesn't settle for something on the perimeter. He goes right to the cup.
Here's Simons, covered by Irving. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Now here's Brown. Back to Harden. Lets it go from the wing. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Here's Lillard. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of this game. That free throw good from Brown. No good on the second free throw. And a close game. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening period. And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
They've got Joe Harris on out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant in at the force line. So that's the Nets 5. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from McCollum. Harden dishes to Durant. Back to Harden. From deep. Oh, good on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Harden with what a dunk!
Out below!
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Lillard surveying the D. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Now here's Durant. He's got 6. Rejected by Nurkic. Here's McCollum. And the layup's good off the glass. And that's now 6 points for C.J. McCollum.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Harden the pass to KD. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
And it's Lillard missing.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And Portland has possession following the bucket by the Nets. Lillard fires away from way outside. Portland again missing.
One made 3 going for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Harris finds KD. .153 left in the third. The baseline J off the mark.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
And it's Durant missing.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
That's a 2 from Lillard, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Brown against Covington. The 3 from KD. Again, the miss by KD.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Now, here's Brown. He has 6. Back to Harden. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Harden's got 6. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 1. There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. From downtown, Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Kevin Durant with the rebound. KD's got 4 rebounds now tonight, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. Irving with it. He has 7. Stolen by Cantor. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Nets out in front, up by 1. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And here's Irving. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Little. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the 1. Clock is at 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Portland trailing here. He kicks it to Little. Pass to Simons. Cloak loose. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. And it's Green with the jam.
And that is a shot that Green knocks down consistently. The defense has to try harder to contest him from there.
Hollis-Jefferson passes to Simons. Back to Hollis-Jefferson. The feed to Kanter. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Nets leading by 3. Oh, Griffin in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Nifty move. Kyrie Irving with the rebound, and Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Griffin kicks to Green. The Nets working the ball around now. Knocked away. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Irving. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Trailblazers trail by 3. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Green. And James Harden has subbed in for Dinwiddie. 4 on the shot clock. Lillard finds McCollum. Portland no good that time either. Nets leading by 3. Here's Durant. Kicks it out to Harden. KD looking around. Stolen by McCollum. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. And the shot goes in.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Irving passes to Harden. Jordan up top. Right side, Irving. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from 11. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And the Nets lead by 3. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Irving against Lillard, and the foul on Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that point was a gift. I mean, it's never really smart to get teed up, but in a game that's this close, boy, that really hurts.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. A miss that time would have put him up. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Nets. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Harden outside. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Moving against Lillard. Out to Harris. 3-pointer. That's in, coming off the assist from KD.
Well, Mr. Harris in the clutch. Welcome to the show.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Now Lillard. Pass to McCollum. The 3 from the arc. In the corner, Powell with it. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Harden against Lillard. McCollum with the bounce pass. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Harden scanning the floor. Down low, here's Durant. Money!
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Nurkic the pass to Lillard. From past the arc. From the wing. It's good.
This is what he's known for.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So, welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Powell in at the small forward.
And Beverly just knows what to do in the pick and roll. So effective with both his passing and shooting ability.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. And the basket by McCollum.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. George, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back.
And perhaps the best defender in the NBA. Leonard's huge hands and quick instincts help him grab a ton of steals.
Now, here's Lillard. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Stolen by George.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
That one goes in.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Beverly against Lillard. To the wing right side. Nurkic finds McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Lillard against Beverly. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Now, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
George against McCollum. Pass to Beverly. Now, here is Morris. Back to Beverly. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
The pass to Lillard. He feeds it to Collins. It's stolen by Morris. Nurkic with the steal. Pass to Collins. And there's Lillard on the assist by Collins.
The consistency of Lillard with his consistent probing on the defense, he's become Mr. Reliable at a very young age.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. 1:56 left to play here in the first. Here's Beverly. George trying to break free. And that one's good. Beverly.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Here's Simons, covered by Morris. Now George lays it up off the glass.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on this team.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position, only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Here's Simons following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Back to Anthony. Passes it to Cantor. He dishes it to Little. Takes the 3. And it's Simons missing. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Stolen away. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Hollis Jefferson passes to Anthony. That one falls.
Yeah, just superb focus there for Melo. Overpowering the D and still finishing.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
On the wing, Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 4 seconds left. Anthony with the block, and he recovers it. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon.
What we've learned is staying together, staying with it.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. If you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Little out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
We're just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And it's good for 2.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well. When your team's in a bit of...
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest. Plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
McCollum right side. Back to Powell. 5 to shoot. George against McCollum. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Beverly against Lillard. Beverly dishes to Morris. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
It's McCollum with the drive, and he makes good on the layup.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
George passes to Morris. Stolen by Collins. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
Pass to Zubac. Doubled by McCollum. No good from Zubac.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Lillard. McCollum's got the lead up to 4 now for Portland. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time that just let them get their legs back under them.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. George looking over the floor. And he banks in the layup. George has got 6.
A good ball handler with an advanced offensive repertoire. George is more than comfortable in the pick and roll.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Back to McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, look at Morris, just using that big body of his to draw contact. The defense has a tough time matching up with him.
And Morris drops them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Here's McCollum. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Here's George. There's the pass to Zubac. That shot is off. Collins with some nice D. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You got to keep him out of the paint.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Beverly. He's got 6. There's 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Nurkic with the block. It's stolen by Morris. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their biggest deficit was 6 points. That's all for now. Say good.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that guy.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about. Nice work on the glass, but his defense is even better. Really has an impact on that shot.
And the dunk by Powell.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Collins dishes to Lillard. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And now it's a 12-point Trailblazer lead. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Makes it off the glass. Leonard's got 6.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Lillard scanning the floor for 3. They get it again. Kicks to Powell. Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. Powell, the pass to Lillard. Launches it. It's stolen by Morris. One-on-one fast break. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Beverley.
And the quick feet of Beverley really jetting it down the open court for a high percentage opportunity.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Misses the 3.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide.
Oh, look at him.
Get out the way.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Portland shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And the technical free throw is good. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Lets it go with the 3. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 10.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George. Just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
1:29 left to play in the 3rd. Here's Beverley. Makes it off the glass. Beverley's got 10.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverley. Little kicks to Hollis Jefferson. 6 to shoot. Pass to Simons. Cantor trying to free himself up. And it's sent back by Morris.
Oh, just fantastic defense for Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
Gets a hand on it. Clippers trail by 5. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
The second half has it gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had one before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses.
And the Clippers call time here.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Little passes to Carmelo. It's good.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Beverly with the ball. Now Anthony defending. It's good. Beverly's got 6 points in the quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. All sorts of time. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense.
Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
It would be a shame to make all this progress and let them off the hook. Got to keep the pressure on.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. George double-teamed and stolen by Lillard. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Yep, right through the net. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
He gets it in there.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Beverly against Lillard. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
George against Nurkic. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Zubac.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. His speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Stolen by McCollum. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about them not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And the Clippers call time here. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team, while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Anthony subbed in for Collins. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Lillard finds McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
George with the ball. Kanter covering. That one goes. Count it. And that's now 10 points for Marcus Morris.
And that's why you love Morris, because he is just a total team player. Not only an extraordinary screener, but a superb roller as well.
Lillard misses.
With all these three-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around his neck. Somebody tell this guy to be more unselfish.
Beverly dishes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
These shots are important for Morris to make, demonstrating why he is seen as a leader of this squad.
George against McCollum.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The shot by George, no good. Trailblazers leading by 3. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Lillard kicks the foul. Lillard attacking. Foul trying to free himself up. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 13 points in the second half. Here's Beverly. Can't hit that one. Good D by McCollum. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
What you love about Lillard is his drive. He wants to keep improving. He's a super competitive player. Jumping on the chance to up their lead at the line.
George double teamed. Powell with the steal. Cantor, the pass to Carmelo. Three-pointer, Lillard. Good on the three-point shot. Lillard's got 13 points in just this quarter.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash. A perfect position to grab the rebound. Gets underneath, boxes out, and pulls it down.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Trailblazers.
And a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Lillard.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement and tenacity.
The first one falls.
So consistency is what comes to mind when I think of McCollum. I mean, especially offensively, where he scores in bunches.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Down by 15. Shot to stop the run. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Who knows what this score would look like if he wasn't on his game tonight.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard outside. 5 on the clock. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. McCollum outside. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, the shot misses.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The busy freeways of Los Angeles. So the next starting five. Brown out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 guard. Now here's Durant. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Yeah, could you add that one to Durant's ongoing highlight reel? Thank you very much.
And George kicks to Leonard. The tray. It's good from long range. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one.
No good that time. Harden with the defensive effort. Steps back and fires. KD's shot is off.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
George passes to Zubac. That one misses. And Brooklyn will come the other way. It's Brown on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Brown. KD's got his second bucket of the night.
What I like to see there, Durant no longer shies away from contact. He is the aggressor.
Here's Leonard. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now, here is Harden. He dishes it to KD. There's the triple. They get it back. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Yeah, you could pretty much say that DeAndre Jordan's going to get a lot of his points right there, trolling around the rim.
George passes to Zubac. Morris dishes to George. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Durant kicks to Harden. The Nets working the ball around now. Inside. Jordan the pass to Harden. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
What's the pick used for? It's used for separation, and Paul George got it there.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Back to Harden. To the middle. It's tipped. Beverley against Brown. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And Jordan, a defensive stalwart, crushing the opposition with his shot blocking.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Now here's Harden. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
A three from Leonard. And it's Durant with the rebound. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Nets. And here's Harris from the arc. And the Nets, another three.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Harden against George. To the paint. Here's Leonard. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Durant. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Durant's got 6.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Clippers trail by 5. Beverly the pass to George. George double team. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. The pass to Zubac. Morris with the ball. Kicks it out to Leonard. 5 to shoot to end the run. He takes it up and lays it in. He's got 9.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
Pass to Claxton. Back to Irving. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's blocked. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
Here's Irving. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
One eye on the...
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And Brooklyn turns it over again.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
George passes to Beverly. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. He can't get it to go. Nets leading by 5. And it's Green missing. The Clippers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Brooklyn leading by 7. On the wing, Irving. Defended by Beverly. The baseline J.
So fun watching Patrick Beverly just get after it and alter shots with how much energy he plays with.
And George kicks to Beverly. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Beverly's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Irving looking over the floor. Here's Griffin. Passes it to Claxton. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard with no one around. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Leonard did a good job to take a picture there, recognizing what was going on, read the defense, and then finds a soft spot in the mid-range.
Pass to Griffin. And Irving launches it from deep. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Clippers trail. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Claxton, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
George against Dinwiddie. Kicks it out to Leonard. The Clippers keep it alive. Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Dinwiddie outside. And there's the pass to Claxton. And a wide open look for Irving. Drills it from outside. Irving's got 5.
Trying to find that consistency from distance that's stretching out the defense, and that's why Kyrie always has an available driving lane.
Leonard against Green. And he gets the bucket. 15 points in the game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
To the inside. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
So pretty when it's effortless like that. Blake Griffin up in the air, throwing it down, all second nature.
George looking over the floor. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. .35 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Dinwiddie. Outside Griffin. Irving from long range. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Right side Leonard. Shoots over Griffin. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Leonard.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
On its way from Irving for 2. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a... Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoy. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. And that'll do it for our...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
So for Brooklyn now, we've got Irving. Green is out there with Griffin. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Pass to George for the lead. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Harden surveying the D. KD against Morris. And it's sent back by Morris.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. 4 on the clock. And here's Harris from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Passes it to Durant. To the paint. Here's Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
Love that pick and roll right there. DeAndre Jordan completes the play and very efficient at doing so.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Off target with his 3. And Zubac picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brooklyn leading by 4. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Leonard against Harris. KD on the wing.
And thought that pass was going to get through, but no. All of a sudden, he was going the other way with the basketball.
George with the bucket.
You always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Back to Harden. Durant dishes to Jordan. Down low. And KD throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Outside Leonard. 3-pointer. The shot that time, not on target. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Brown kicks to Durant. Good on the shot.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Outside, George. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Harden tried to tip it in, but couldn't quite get it. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
There's a minute left to play here in the third. Harden with it. He has 5. Pass to Durant. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
With the tip.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, it's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's George for 3. Now Leonard, who's got 19. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's George. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Nets. They lead by 8. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Nets leading by 8. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
And here's George for 3. No good that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. For the 3. And Green puts up a deep 3. No good from outside. Clippers trail by 11. George passes to Morris. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Irving's shot is good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Outside Leonard. This one for 3. The Clippers get another chance here. Zubac kicks to Beverly. Here's Morris. It's deflected. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving's got the ball. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton, covered by Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Dinwiddie drives in, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Leonard against Griffin. To halt the run, and it's in there. Leonard's got 21. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And Green puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 11 rebounds in the game. And Leonard gets it to go.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, an MVP candidate. Why? Well, they're the reasons right there. One of the best two-way players we've seen in the past 5 years.
Outside, Green. He kicks to Griffin. Nets passing it around. Puts it up from 17. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And so it's Leonard with it. They'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 10. Morris, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. It's tipped. It's stolen by Morris. Leonard looking over the floor. Fires the 3. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Jordan, high post. There's 1:17 left in the fourth. And Brooklyn turns it over again. Clippers trail by 10. George finds Leonard. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Leonard's got 7 now in this quarter. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Stolen by Zubac. George with no one around. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Outside for Durant. The three-pointer is right on target.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And here is Harris. Brown outside. Back to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. And a deep three from Harden. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.